All right, welcome guys to this segment of this training. Now, yesterday we just talked about the object part, and one good thing about PixelLab is that even if you close it, later you open it, you can continue from where you stopped. But I don't know why I didn't continue from where I stopped. But to tell you that load from previous one, and you go ahead and load. So let me open one of these my designs here, and I think I did this. All right. So I have this design I did with my phone. You can see how beautiful it is. I just did it just with this app. Yeah. So yesterday we talked about object. So this is just an object. This one, this green here is another object you can see. Okay. Then this one is a text. Yep. While this one, this white background here is an object. Let me come to this object tab and let me shift it. You can see that the white stuff is shifting. Shifting right, shifting left, and all the rest. This one too is another object. You can see it. Then this line here is one of the shapes I added. This one is another shape. Shape. Then this one, another object, text. All of them just all about clean arrangement. So let me undo back. So even if you don't have good graphic design sense for now, what you just do is look for even if you don't have good graphic design sense, just look for another design somebody has done before. Follow that pattern, follow it, and work with that. Then just change one or change the text you use and all the rest. That's how sometimes I just get my design ideas and all the rest. But with time, you see that you start doing your own. So just look for anybody. If you want to do business card, look for business card online. Then follow that pattern and design your own. As simple as that. Don't stress yourself. Then as you're doing that, you're getting you see the color combination they did and all the rest. From there, you start getting used to doing your own color and all that shit. So I have this design here. So now we're talking about, we finished object yesterday, how to rotate object and all the rest. Let me change the color to white. All that stuff. All right. So I just changed the object color to white, then the text color to green. So now let's go to text now. Remember yesterday I told you this part is for object. Yeah, this part is for object. Here is for text. Now you can, let me tap plus icon here at the top left, plus, let me add text. So let me remove this one first. So if I tap plus icon, tap text, you can see the text here, very tiny. You can double tap to edit. So let me see something like promote your music. Now I'm trying to like rewrite that stuff, your music. So you can see it's very long now. I can use this width to shrink it anyhow I like. Then it's not fine yet and unprofessional. So I'll have to align it. So let me just explain one by one. So here's to edit it if you want to edit. Then here's to delete, to copy, duplicate. Let me to duplicate it. You can see that it has duplicated now. If you want to delete, you can tap on this stuff here. Delete, and it will delete. So I select the text back. Here to bring to front position, relative. I already explained that, almost the same thing for what's it called, for object editing. So now if I want to increase the text size, now use this text size. You can increase text size or reduce if you don't want to use this pattern here, which are all still the same. Then padding is just the distance between the edge, the distance between this white box, the distance between the text, the distance between the text and the, okay, let me just increase the padding so that you'll be seeing the effect yourself. You can see how it is shifting now. Yeah, that's just what padding is. Then you can do right padding if you want to, but let me cancel. Use here to cancel or use here to reset. Use this one to reset to default, the way it was before. You'll just cancel it. Then let me reduce the text size. Then color. We have some fine colors here. You can just pick. So I've chosen green now. If you want to select other color, you can tap on plus and pick. Or if you want multiple color, you can use this one. It's all up to you. You can take your time and study that one. Then you tap this mark icon. Texture now is to give your text a image this thing. Like I explained for that what's it called? So this one is just useful for when you're designing things like logo and the rest. So let me use this image I have here. So I've used this image as my text color. You can see that it's picking out the image somehow. Okay. So that's it, sha. Opacity, to make it transparent or not. Then rotate, I've explained that. Mask, we already explained that. Then font, you can come here and choose different font as you want. There are so many beautiful fonts here. Just select any one and tap OK. All right, so I have font. Cool. Then text size, let me increase it. You can see that the image I selected is the color now of the text. So, but let me change the color back to green just to follow. Okay, let me off the texture first. I delete it. All right, so style, make it bold, italic, underline, or use here to cancel all the style you just added. You can cancel it if you want to. Then mark. Then curve, if you want to curve, if you want to make your text curve, something like this. I believe you've seen logo that they do like this and all the rest. You can see that this stuff has so many beautiful features that all those apps didn't have. So that's just it. All right, so the next one is background. If you want to add a background color to your text, sometimes it's going to look cool. Let me change the color of my text to white so that you just see. You see how this thing just gave it some shape, some design. You can use all this stuff, combine them and all the rest to give you a perfect shape. So let me change the color back to green, and turn off the background if you want to. You can give any color to your background, any color at all that pleases you. You can turn it off. You can see the padding here. You can add more padding, right padding, and all the rest for the background. Then tap mark. Then align. Now, if you check this stuff, now it's not really aligned center, it's aligned right. So I need to let me make it center, and I said everything will be in the middle, and that's just the function. All right, so I have something like this. If you see this Xmas bonanza here, this bottom part, this stuff here that I'm moving now, you see that it's curved a bit, and it's that curve I used to curve it a bit. Then what do we have next? Spacing, space, to give space between your text, which is cool. Line spacing, the distance between each line. You can see all the effect and all the rest. Cancel it. Then stroke, to add background, to add a line around your text. Already explained that for the object. You see the same thing. Shadow too, you can add shadow. Then inner shadow, you can add inner shadow. Emboss, just give it quick 3D design. You can see how it changed a bit. Can you get to change the lightning and all the rest? Let me turn it off. You can see the difference when I turn it on and off. So go back. Then perspective, I explained that 3D text. If you want to give your text 3D, make it 3D, you can. So let me rotate it. You see, I gave it 3D. So it's just the same feature with that object on. So 3D text, reflection. You want to give your text reflection, you can do that. Just turn on reflection, and you can create the distance. You see the reflection here. How distant should it be? You can see it somewhere here, and it's cute. So let me turn it off. Then shadow. You can add shadow if you want to, like as if your text is on top of something, and it just gives you this real effect. You see, like this text now is looking like it's on top of ground or something like that because of this shadow under. 3D text, this 3D shadow. You can decide how the opacity, the transparency, if you want to. How blur should it be? Then the size, you can, and that's just basically how to use this app. Then we have some other features here. I really don't work with all this, but just basically that's all. All right, so that's just all. You can zoom if you want to, and it's cool. Just tap on zoom if you want to see what you're designing clearly, which other apps do not have. You can, once you tap on zoom, then increase it or reduce it. You can unselect zoom. Then we already know undo. Then if you want to save your project now, let's say you have design, you can tap on this save icon here. then save as project, so that next time you can come and continue. Blah blah. I save it, and if you want to see all your saves, but anytime you open PixelLab, just come here and tap on my project. You will see what I just saved now. Blah blah. Just tap on it and open it up. Then if you want to share, if you can share. Then what do we have here? Nothing much. If you want to use an image as your background, you can come here and tap use image from gallery. So let me say I pick one of these. So once you can use through this place now, you can select the size of the design you want to do. Whether if it is business card, flyer, and the rest, you can just set it. Once you set it, you can see that it has shaped completely. Then you can go ahead. Since this image now, you cannot change the color. But if it is just the size you want now, like this is business card size, because if we say we should use this image size, it can confuse us which one is business card and all the rest. So since this image now we cannot change the color, we can just add a shape. Let's say white shape now. So that, and let the shape just cover. Let the shape cover the background. So yeah, from here to here now, we can just start designing, then save our work at the end of everything. So let me send it to back so that you see what I'm talking about. You can see that it has covered the main image now. So from here I can design my work. So what else? If you check here, all the image and text you have added will appear by this stuff here. So just go ahead and see. You can, if you are finding it hard to select any one, you can just come here and select it. Then close it back and do whatever you want to do. You can delete. Lock means it should not move. Like no matter how you. So let's say this promotes your music now. I can lock it. It will not move, and it's very useful so that when we are moving our design, it cannot just move anyhow. Because sometimes if you want to click this one now, you'll be clicking on another thing. If you want to click here, you'll be clicking on another thing, and it's sometimes frustrating. You can hide it if you want to hide it for the meantime, and all the rest. So, and you can delete it if you want to, and all the rest. So, what do we have here? If you tap on this, if you are done with your stuff and you want to save your image, just tap your design, just tap save here, save as image. Then, if you check here, this dimension, you see custom. If you tap under this dimension, you can save it ultra. Ultra means highest quality. The quality you want to save, you can save very high, medium. Ultra is the top notch. So always save in ultra. Sometimes you may get error when you are saving in ultra. So just choose another, in case you get error, choose maybe very high and the rest. So finally, the last thing I'll just treat is, let's say I tap on plus. I want to add an image from gallery. And I want to erase the background of the image. So the only time you may need to erase the background of an image is, let me erase the background of this shoe. I just crop the part I need. Then I tap, cool. I select the shoe. Then I come to object tab because image is an object. So there's something like this part I didn't explain. Erase color. You can enable it now. Once you enable it, here you can choose the color you want to erase. So here just select the color. This side is showing 1. Select the color you want to erase. It can be red, green, and all the rest. Or you can pick the color. If you just select this one here, you can pick the color you want to erase. Say this part. Once you select pick color, so any color that have that particular color will remove from the background. So if you increase, you see that all the orange color I just selected now they are deleting. So, but that's not what I want to do. So the one we want to erase now is white. So I've already selected white. You can see the color here is white at the top. I'm selecting. So you can just choose anyone you like. So select the color you want to. Then this tolerance, how much white should be? Anything that looks like white, if you increase it, that means anything that looks like white will be reduced. So this, you can see this down part now is gray, but it looks like white. So if I increase it, now it will be clearing it off. Now the only problem with this one is you cannot just, sometimes it used to affect the inside. If there's a white design, if there's a white color inside this shoe, now it will erase it too. So that's why I really don't like using this. So you only use it when you know that the color you want to erase out, it does not appear on the object. If not, you have to just manage the photo layers app. That's when you just need the photo layers app. go and erase the image. Just add the image. I already taught you how to erase the photo layers app, so I will not go back and be doing that one. But just for quick erasing, once you select the image, I've selected it. Just tap on cut. Once you tap on cut, you know how we did it the other time, and you erase. So this is the only part that photo layer is boom bomb. So you can just take your time and erase the parts you really don't need and all the rest. So and you save it, then add the image. The image I've already edited with erase with photo layers. So that's just basically it. And remember the key points I told you. Look for other people's design. Copy, like follow the pattern, and as the way they arrange everything, follow it. That's when you start getting good designs. For a start, follow other people's design as you're starting, or go online, look for design, follow that pattern. Then you are good to go.